what was it? I was sent one in a fan mail. It was about just Neville and sort of more stuff that he got up to in school. You know, when the book wasn't focused on Harry. Right. It's quite cool. It's really nice that the fans think of more beyond the story, because you know the stories are great and they're very in depth, but all these characters they're so alive in the piece that yet sometimes you do wonder what are they getting up to now, what are they doing now. So I think it's really nice. It's really cool, and it's great that the story is so vivid that you can actually do that. You can really go off and think of all these things, and it makes perfect sense. It's not just a mess. It's like it actually fits in the story. It's brilliant. Okay, so for you guys who are listening at home, Gen fic, he's alright with. / fic, probably not.
As long as it's not me in it, it's alright.
Okay, so you'd be fine with Harry Draco. So.
It's not going to be my bedtime reading. That's all you want to do, yeah.
I'm not going to say a word. Do you find that you get recognized more inside or outside of the UK?
Good question. It depends whether the film's just come out. Around the time the film comes out, it's in the UK I get recognised quite a bit, but it only lasts about 2 weeks to a month. It's not, but I'm great. I can go out and buy bread and milk. I can go out at night in Leeds, and I don't get any hassle at all. The thing is, being from the north, and one of the only few, is that people sort of know that I'm around, and so they're all really friendly. I never really have any trouble at all. But if the film's not been out for a while, for some reason, it's more abroad that I get recognised. I went on holiday to Portugal a few months ago now, and yeah, I got recognised a couple of times there in the film. And it was just really strange. I just couldn't get my head around that's all. How people would recognise me in Portugal, and then in America during the time, and I just closed my mind. I was like, literally, the other side of the world, and people recognise me. It's strange.
Do you have any weird band stories?
Weird fan stories. Not so, I mean, most of the fan stories for me have been absolutely fantastic. Everyone's so great. No one's too weird. No one's creepy, and I can see a joke on the back, which looks quite creepy. But apart from that, no, everyone's great. And the only time that was quite strange was I think I told you actually. It was these girls came up to me, James and Oliver, and they gave us some gifts, and it was just weird. She gave me a yellow pepper with all just like letters written all over it, love letters written all over it from different people. And I think they've just gone around with the convention and asked different people to just write on this pepper. And then James Oliver's was even more bizarre. It was a pink frilly bra with potatoes. I don't know why. No, just two potatoes. Say that, you know, sometimes I do spend a lot of time in London, and it's tough because it's quite, I mean, you know, I know America's huge, but to me 200 miles is quite a lot, and so it's getting quite homesick, and there's times when my mates are all going out, and we're like, I remember we went to pick up my A-levels from school, you know, qualifications, and everyone was meeting each other for the first time in about 5 months or something since we finished our exams. And I couldn't go because I was filming, and I really wanted to go see everyone. And so just little stuff like that. But I mean, the pros vastly outweigh the cons, they really do. I hate to moan about stuff. I mean, there are little stuff, but I just hate to moan about it because of all the great stuff that I've got from it. You know, coming to Atlanta, doing I'm 19, right, and I'm doing an hour talk in front of all you people. It's insane, and it's so much fun. I really love it. And then I get to meet Gary Oldman and Alan Rickman and all these people. It's just like, yeah, good times.
So what was your toughest scene to shoot thus far?
Okay. Do you mean, like, acting-wise or just physically demanding?
I'll say both.
Both, okay. Well, physically demanding would have definitely been the last few scenes in the Ministry of Magic.
when we were running around, because we had to. There was a scene where, do you remember when we fall through the door and we fall all the way down, and it's supposed to be miles and miles, and it was about this high. But we were on wires, and we had to do that kind of like a Tom Cruise style Mission Impossible thing, because the floor was we were supposed to be stopped just before the floor, and if we dropped and our hands hit it, it looked rubbish. So we had to make it so when we dropped, our back sort of just tensed, and our arms were perfectly out, and our legs were out as well. And that's really hard. You know, when you fall and to try and just completely tense everything, it's really difficult. My back was killing for ages after that. That was tough. The broomstick scene wasn't too cool in the first one. That was my first ever scene as well. I was only 11, but it still hurts. What else? Well, yeah, that was definitely, without a doubt, the room requirement explained to Harry about Neville's parents. Because, like I said, you know, it all got compressed into one scene, and I wanted to make sure that it was all there. I wanted to make sure it was right, and that all the emotions that were in Neville's head were conveyed. And it was, you know, me and David sat down for a while just discussing director sat down for a while just discussing the way to do it. And I don't know, I was happy with it, yeah. I don't know, what do you think? Was it okay?
We have just a couple questions left, but Lil, with the red hair and the green shirt, and Mike is going to be taking questions from you guys if you want to ask Max some questions. So if you want to line up in back, we've got just a couple questions left for me, and then you guys can ask whatever you, well, not whatever you feel like asking, but what was the audition process like?
Well, they had an open audition in Leeds. I'm trying to see how many times we get the word Leeds into this. We had an audition there, and it was an open audition at the Queen's Hotel. And we got there, and there was James Oliver there, but I didn't know him then, James Oliver Phelps. And we queued for 4.5 hours, I think it was about 700 people, something like that. And we got in there, and we were queued all the way upstairs into this top room, and they gave me a little raffle ticket with 463 on it, and that was my place in the queue. And so we had to sit there for hours and hours and hours, and in and out. And we were given a small paragraph from the first book, straight from the book. It wasn't a line in the script, straight from the book, and it was the one where he's talking about Hagrid, the dragon's egg, and where he got it from, and all that stuff. And after 4.5 hours, people are leaving. Why do people do that? That really upsets me. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Security.
No, not that guy, I've already gone. Anyway, so where was I? 4.5 hours, yes. See, forgetful as Neville. We got. Sorry? Yeah, I need one, I really do. I'm so bad at remembering stuff.
Yeah, you'd be better with the keys then. If you had to remember all, you'd know that you left your keys on the piano.
Don't bring that up, I don't want to talk about it. I hope they do. Anyway, back to the audition. Okay. We got in there, and it was about 5 minutes in front of the camera, just doing this massive noise, blah, blah, did a line, and then out, and that's all it was. And then it was 2 months before we got anything back, and I was convinced that it had been cast and there was nothing was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, we just got a phone call saying, yeah, we want you to come back down to Leeds Studios where we film for a meeting with the director, and then possibly a screen test. And so we went down and met Christopher Columbus, who was fantastic, and it was just went through a little interview with him about what they were doing with the part and where it was going to go. And then he said, right, we're doing a screen test now, which was the I'll Fight You scene, which was supposed to be with Harry and mine, but it was with me and Chris Columbus. And we filmed it, and then 2 days later they called me up and said I got the part, and it was insane. I mean, it was the best feeling of my life. It was just incredible. I was in my living room, my friend playing on the computer. And it takes a lot to get me off the computer. We got up and we just jumped around for about 10 minutes. It's cool.
How is the UK different from the US, and how are they similar?